The Battle of Bloomington on the soccer pitch. The boys edition. We just wrapped the girls game about 20 minutes ago, a 1-1 tie. Glad you're watching us on BEC-TV, whether you're watching us live on a beautiful fall night or watching the on-demand version. Welcome inside Bloomington Stadium alongside Alex Redding and our crew, Josh Powers, with you. We're in our socially distant booth here high atop the press box. I'm in one booth, Alex Redding in the other. Alex, how are you doing?
Pretty good, Josh. I got the window cracked open just a bit to let that nice fall breeze in here. It feels so refreshing. I know you have the booth that doesn't have that window. I'm sorry to torture you with that, Josh, but it's a great night for soccer, as you mentioned. Battle of Bloomington, the Triple X throwdown for the city of Bloomington about to get underway. All right, but we're going to throw it over to the house as they introduce the starting lineups for Jefferson and Kennedy here on Boys Soccer Night in Bloomington.
In midfield, senior number 10, Jonathan Acosta Hernandez. In midfield, junior number 11, Aiden Atkins. In forward, junior number 12, Cristian Castillo Acevedo. In midfield, senior number 13, Leif Kaiser. In defense, senior number 15, Nicholas Fox. In defense, senior number 17, Jacob Heyer. In midfield, senior number 18, Will Grant. In forward, senior number 23, Brendan Akum. Your Jefferson Jaguars are coached by Danny Storling, Mark Ewell, Wes Durand, and Nick Battle. And now for your Kennedy Eagles. In goal, senior captain, number 1, Carter Lansdale. In defense, senior captain, number 4, Ricardo Vera Martinez. In defense, senior number 5, Mohamed Mohamoud. In midfield, senior number 7, Omar Artola. In midfield, senior number 8, Alex Loaiza Galvan. Forward, sophomore, number 9, Diego Perez. In midfield, senior captain, number 10, Jesus Siriaco Mundo. In forward, we've junior, number 11, Diego Fuentes Rodriguez. In midfield, senior number 14, Jose Castañeda Rios. In midfield, we have freshman number 17, Justin Arias. In defense, senior number 25, Marvin Gonzalez Rodriguez. Your Kennedy Eagles are coached by Dan Buschendorf and Brian Lopez. Please stand and remove any headgear as we face the south scoreboard for the national anthem.
All right, so there you have it, the lineups and the national anthem in front of this Battle of Bloomington. Kennedy coming in with a record of 0-2-1, Jefferson 0-3. Alex, I haven't done a lot of soccer recent years. I've been focusing most on football, but with no football season this fall, I'm glad to be broadcasting soccer again. You know a lot about these teams. Give us kind of a rundown here, what we can expect from both these teams.
One thing you can expect from Jefferson's side of the pitch tonight, Josh, is defense. We saw that against Chanhassen. Now, they didn't take that game as a win, but however, they played very hard defensively, exuberantly, all the way until the end, only allowing one goal from a team, mind you, Josh, that scored 11 goals in 2 games, I believe, prior. So Chanhassen, a very tough team to contend with this season in the Metro West Conference. So Jefferson has a very well-conditioned defense. They also have a really nicely coordinated offense. They're dangerous down low inside that penalty box towards the net. Look for them and their set plays. They're very coordinated, although there is a little bit of some, I guess you could say things to work out on the offensive side of the ball when it comes to contact. That seemed to be a little bit of a struggle for them in their game against Chanhassen, mentioning that again. But I think tonight it's going to be a little bit more improved as we are progressing through this current season, and we're going to get another corner kick here as the ball goes out of bounds. But
how about Kennedy? What do you expect from the Eagles on their side?
Great goaltending. Carter Lonsdale, nice athlete for Kennedy. We see him a lot on the ice playing hockey. In fact, actually, when he was a middle schooler and I was a senior in high school, he was on the same golf team as me. And in fact, we actually did a lot of good golfing for Kennedy in that year, 2017. That was a fun year, I got to say. You know, he's a hard athlete. He works hard. And so goaltending is going to be the key tonight for Kennedy. Also, when it comes to that midfield area, Kennedy really does excel with their midfielders, especially considering that Jesus Siriaco Mundo, number 17, he's returning this year off a really stellar season last year. He had 1 goal, 8 assists, and this year he's looking to step that up just a bit. So he's really good at creating scoring chances for his offense, and Kennedy's going to need that tonight against Jefferson Stout D. So Kennedy's got a really good chance at that midfield area.
Mundo with 2 assists so far this year. Diego Fuentes Rodriguez, number 11, leads Kennedy as you see this free kick goes over the bar. Leads the Eagles with 3 goals already this season. On the Jaguar side, they've scored just 2 goals so far this year. We've talked about their good defense, and those goal scorers, Aiden Adkins, number 11, and Joseph Nayagaka, number 6. Also Christian Castillo Acevedo, a player to watch for the Jaguars, number 12.
Jonathan Hernandez as well, number 10, very physical on offense. He's expected to set the tone for them throughout this game, in transition and offensively as well. Josh, it should be a very entertaining evening watching those Jefferson Jaguars out on the pitch as we get a ball going out of bounds here and a toss in.
The girls' game ended in a 1-1 tie. No overtime this year because of the pandemic. 2 40-minute halves. No stoppage time, though. Just simply stop the clock in event of an injury. Here's the ball chipped into the box. It's up for grabs and then grabbed by Cormac Merrow, the Jaguar goalkeeper. He is a senior, wearing number 1 on the other side, also number 1. We talked about Carter Lansdale.
Cormac Merrill, you know, we talked about the goaltender for the Kennedy Eagles, Carter Lonsdale. Jefferson's got a really great goaltender in Cormac Merrill, too, and as you mentioned, he's a senior. He has a lot of experience through the program, and he did very, very well against Chanhassen, and even through this tough stretch of games that they had to play through. They've done exceptionally well in net for their situations.
Jefferson and Kennedy, they've both played the same schedule. They both faced Chaska and Chan, who are the top 2 teams right now in the Metro West. Ball up ahead here for Christian Castillo Acevedo, number 12. Eagle throw. You mentioned the weather, Alex. It could not be any better. The temperatures probably now in the mid to lower 50s, which is just fine, and there is not a breath of wind, and that is something you don't normally.
Praise the Lord on that one. You know, for the past few days, it was wet, cold, rainy, and miserable, and I hated it. And, you know, I love to get out on my bike and ride around, and, yeah, the last few days were not especially fun. I can tell you that. But you know what? We are blessed tonight to have some awesome weather for what should be a great night of boys soccer here out on the pitch.
Normally we're talking about who has the advantage of the wind in the first half and the second half, and there is I've not seen the American flag move 1 iota as I've looked at it.
I just saw it move 1 iota.
Okay, there's 1 iota, but that's about it. There is not any wind to contend with tonight.
Well, that should be really good for getting scoring opportunities so the net don't have to compensate for a little bit of that wind push.
Ball up ahead, taken by Jefferson. Good urgency there.
Kennedy's got to watch Jefferson's play up the middle, especially in the midfield. That's how Jefferson was able to feed a lot of those scoring opportunities in that game against Chanhassen back a week ago. And here's Kennedy on the transition.
Fuentes Rodriguez with a nice move, headed toward the box. He will fire, and it's smothered there by Merrill. Nice move. You see the elusiveness from Diego Fuentes Rodriguez. We mentioned he scored 3 goals already for Kennedy.
Take a look at this replay here. They kind of crossed a little bit to try and confuse Cormac Merrill, but he just stayed where he was, and not much contest there. The ball kind of took a hop before it went right into those mitts of his. Kennedy's also got to be careful to not let Jefferson press them into those corners, as Jefferson has been able to do very, very well. Aiden Adkins right now on the ball attacker. And, you know, the one thing I got to say about Aiden Adkins, he's got great footwork out of this Jefferson bunch. One of the key basketball players on the court for Jefferson. Of course, you got to have great footwork for that sport, and, well, that translates amazingly well here.
Naigaka touched it a little bit too aggressively. We'll get another chance on this side.
Whoa, what a
Did keep
kick.
it in play. Got it in the direction of Brendan Akum, number 23. Here is Akum. Don't see a lot of tall soccer players, but he's one of them.
Going to see a lot of shifty soccer play here is what we're going to see, too.
Here's Adkins for Jefferson, being pressured. No real good opportunities yet. Just about 6 minutes and change into this one.
Things should start opening up here for both teams as we work through the first half. And, you know, it took a little bit of time for Jefferson to turn on that offensive get-go in the game against Chanhassen, especially in the first half, towards the later parts of the first half. And Jefferson with a lot of energy, it's going to burst. It's not a matter of if, but when.
Should be a Jaguar throw, and it is.
It's going to be an interesting strategy tonight for Jefferson. You know, do you fall heavily on that defense? And, you know, their defense, by the way, created a lot of openings in the offensive zone for their offensive players to attack the Chanhassen net in the previous match here at Bloomington Stadium. But again, they can't rely on that defense too much because, you know, something eventually is going to give, and that's exactly what happened in the second half.
Here's an opening.
Whoa.
And a big blast from that's Jesus Siriaco Mundo, number 10.
Not afraid to take some kicks towards the net of his own. And, you know, I mentioned earlier, Josh, he's the returning assist leader from last year, is the assist leader this year currently. And with his 2 assists on the year, he's looking to add to that total, but also he's looking to get some goals as well. So trying to get something started for his offense, in which, I mean, you have to do something against this really tough defense with Jefferson, obviously, but just constantly crack at it with that added pressure.
Here's Fuentes Rodriguez. Nice touch there. Could not quite get around.
Naigaka showing the moves. He displayed a lot of that in their last match here at Bloomington Stadium against Chanhassen. That was a very entertaining game to watch, I got to tell you. As much as I've referenced that game.
Well, it's the only one we've covered so far in BEC-TV.
Well, it's been a good one. It was a very good one.
Not too much to reference. We are back. No football this fall, but we're happy to fill that void with soccer, and we've got soccer coverage all fall long. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday. We'll see Kennedy again, girls and boys versus Chaska. Here's a drive and a goal! Jesus Siriaco Mundo with a bender to the back of the net and a Kennedy lead.
Well, I talked about him being the assist leader. Well, definitely he's the leader tonight in scoring 1-0 Kennedy.
Number 10, Jesus Siriaco
Very
Mundo.
skilled player. And, you know, Jefferson, by the way, they got beat at the top of the penalty box. We could see that last replay. Just too much out of reach for Cormac Merrill. And, you know, that's kind of the weak spot in Jefferson's defense. Kennedy exploiting that very nicely. Siriaco Mundo to the net.
How about the bend on that one, too?
Nice touch. And again, that contact comes into play very nicely there, and that's something that Jefferson, again, needs to try and focus on working hard at tonight. When they have their scoring opportunities, and by the way, Jefferson fans, let your hearts not be troubled. There will be opportunities in this game for them to score. There will be chances.
We saw Jefferson.
At least we hope.
We saw the girls turn it around. Kennedy girls scored about 8 minutes in on the girls game earlier, and Jefferson was able to tie it up in the second half and really had the better play in that second half. So certainly early goal hurts, but a lot of game left for the Jaguars.
And that girls group of soccer players for Jefferson, they've played together for a number of years, and in fact, I don't know, it's kind of a constant theme for the girls squad, but it takes a little bit of time for their offense to start to warm up before they actually really get going. They like to turn it on late and tease the fans a little bit.
Leaf Kaiser intercepts. The bend on that goal by Kennedy, that looked like one of my golf drives that slices violently to the right, but in that instance, it was by design by Siriaco Mundo for the goal.
And Paul, our director tonight, is saying, so are your golf drives not by design then, Josh?
They're designed to go down the middle, but rarely have been recently. Here's a cross and a nice play. Beautifully done by Merrill, leaping high to cut that one off.
Tell Coach Tim Carlson of the football team to give him some practice reps. They do great at a wide receiver position, although he's got to have the speed, though, but he definitely has the hands there.
Coombe has it taken away. Jose Castaneda Rios will go out of play.
Let's take a look at the replay here, Josh. That last save by Cormac Merrill, getting sky high for that one. It's not easy when you have Fuentes Rodriguez in your face either.
No, that's the way you want those goalies to be, very aggressive, especially in the box. And you got the right of way basically, so you can go up and grab it, and that's exactly what Merrill did.
A lot of that displayed in the game against Chanhassen, and I'm sure throughout the course of this year.
Naigaka throw. Akum gets his leg on it, tries to cross it, didn't have enough space, blasted out by Kennedy.
It's a great backup play in the midfield to keep the ball in the offensive zone for Jefferson. You know, they're going to have to keep an eye on backup play. Both of these teams tonight, because when you get trapped in that corner, it's most likely going to get cleared out. It's going to be a turnover going the other way. And Jefferson's offense needs to keep an eye on that because it was a little bit of a challenge for them in weeks prior.
Will Grant sends it over to Naigaka. He'll go for the throw, and Akum coming over. They like to use him down here with that big body to try to shield off smaller players. Sent in by Naigaka.
Looking to go to Jonathan Hernandez down there on the edge of the box, but just a little bit out of position. You could definitely sense they were trying to set something up in the box, which is, of course, where they're trying to get it.
Oh, nice
And that's
play.
where they've had a lot of offensive success, not necessarily with just scoring, but getting those set plays in line.
Nice play there by Heyer, number 17. That's Jacob Heyer. He's a senior. Just cut off Fuentes Rodriguez nicely. Free kick, Josh Anderson.
See if Kennedy's defense tries to bottle him up towards the touchline, and well, that one's going out of bounds.
Adkins throw in. Jefferson, of course, coached by Danny Storleen. Then the head coach going back to when I was at Jefferson a long time ago.
Nice job in the midfield by Jefferson, especially as of recent here in the first half. really kind of turning things around and taking some of that pressure off Cormac Merrill at the other end. And, you know, as you mentioned, they're definitely trying to get those larger bodies down towards the box, and that seems to be working so far for Jefferson, but also having maybe one or two back at the midfield line has also really helped.
Kennedy Artola lets that trickle over the sideline, excuse me.
Kennedy trying to take it back out and look for a regroup here. And again, we can see how tough Jefferson is when they are on defense, defending their own zone. Now they're able to get it all the way into the other side of the pitch. And yeah, see the sideline pressure that they're putting on Kennedy right now. Decent strategy. And we also saw a little bit of that from Kennedy early on too, when Jefferson was driving.
Foul on Kennedy here, free kick Jefferson. It's an area where you could send one into the box, certainly from this range.
Right in that box, Josh, is where Jefferson needs to get it. If they're going to score, they got to get it into that box.
You'd love to get it toward the head of a Coombe or someone else. Big collision, and it's a play on.
A little bit of those hockey genes coming out in Carter Lonsdale on that last play, and he's just going to let that one go wide of the net out of bounds. Not afraid to get physical, Carter Lonsdale, as we take another look at that. Ooh.
I think I would agree with the play on there.
Yeah, you could kind of see that Lonsdale wasn't really trying to go too hard against him there. It's a wise call because you don't want to get a yellow card.
Got a sub as that Jaguar player shaken up. And that's number 13, Leif Kaiser. We'll check on his availability.
Certainly one of the players that Jefferson needs right now, especially to get some of that offensive chemistry going.
Dylan Getters checks in. Yet another Getters boy. He's a freshman. I don't know how many more there are, but he's the fourth one to come through Jefferson recently.
Well, as they say, the tradition continues.
And there is Kaiser. That does not look good
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, that looks a little bit more than a cramp, unfortunately.
He was the player involved in that collision with Lonsdale. Jaguar foul this time. As we approach the midway point of this first half, 40 minutes running time. They'll stop for an injury.
Also, another one of the rules this year, Josh, I'm just going to mention here on quick note, no substitutions on corner kicks, by the way.
And another rule change we found out, no overtime. I kept teasing overtime in the girls' game and then was informed that rule had changed due to the pandemic. It'll be reinstated, of course, once in non-pandemic times. Here's a good ball all the way across.
That's a really nice pass.
Rios chips it a little too far.
I like the play design by Kennedy. It appeared that Arias is trying to pay attention to that offside. Chases it down here towards the touch line. And Nyagaka, nice moves as the ball goes out of play. And you can really see how well Nyagaka's done, especially on those sidelines, Josh, tonight.
Yeah, defending there against Justin Arias. Arias has it, sends one right off the back of Will Grant. Rios touches it through. Arias unable to track that one down. Actually, it'll be a Kennedy throw here.
You know, as I said earlier, Jefferson's got to make sure that their defense is creating some opportunities for transitioning to the other side of the pitch, because that constant pressure has not favored well for the Jefferson Jaguars this season at all.
First corner kick of the game goes to Kennedy. Justin Arias, the freshman, Meaty will take it. Number 17. Left-footed ball in, bending, but snared.
And that's one thing your goaltender has to be in the thick of traffic, and in all situations, aggressive. Cormac Merrill, we saw yet another one of his great plays to get the ball out of danger there in that box again.
Naigaka. Could not be controlled cleanly by Jefferson. Look at a throw back.
Arias with nice disruption there. Number 17 for Kennedy. Done really well on the near side as of recent here in this first half, Josh. You know, both offensively and defensively.
Another Jaguar throw. Let's see if they can get a good scoring opportunity off this.
Jonathan Hernandez getting a chance to rest. New sub in for the Jaguars.
Into a Coombe backwards header. Played out by Kennedy.
Kennedy very aggressive at the top of the box here.
Returning for the Jefferson Jaguars, number 13, Lee Kaiser.
Kaiser back in. It's good to see you over there. He was the one shaken up earlier.
But yeah, certainly fortunate that he's able to return to play. Jefferson really, really needing to shake things up offensively.
They have not had a lot of pressure or chances here in the first 20-plus minutes.
Yeah, and a lot of those opportunities directly correlates to that transition game, which falls heavily on those midfielders. And that's been an area in which the Kennedy Eagles have been very well versed in over the last couple of years, especially this year too. They have pretty good, decent midfield play.
Intercepted there by Grant, but that's tipped away by Martinez, one of the co-captains for Kennedy, number 4.
Good positioning there at the center line. Very good positioning to try and take that away.
Kennedy head coach, by the way, Dan Buschendorf.
Buschendorf, one of the popular teachers at Kennedy High School, especially in my time. Dan Buschendorf, really nice teacher, nice guy. And he's been with the soccer program for a while.
Oh, what a save! Cormac Merrill on Fuentes Rodriguez, who broke loose from the Jaguar D. Corner for Kennedy. And Merrill has that too. Sure, we'll get another look at that tremendous save from Cormac.
Yeah, the look on Dylan Getters' face moments ago with one of those medium shots on the goaltender for Jefferson, Cormac Merrill. Yeah, he was just as surprised as we were with that last save. That was a heck of a play. Let's get another look at that, Josh.
This is a great strike by Fuentes Rodriguez.
Oh, and again, we can see that vertical presence that Cormac Merrill has in front of that net. Not necessarily the tallest player, Josh, but definitely one of the most vertical. Nice play, disrupting the pass there. The center line, number 15 for Jefferson. That's Nicholas Fox, the senior defenseman, number 15 in Columbia blue and white.
Boy, Fuentes Rodriguez has been dangerous in the first half.
He has. Also, Siriaco Mundo as well with the only goal of the game.
Fuentes Rodriguez toward the box, turned back by Jefferson.
You could see where Kennedy was trying to go with that last setup. They tried to go to the top of the box. That's where the last goal came from, Josh. Kennedy smells blood, and they're trying to go in for the kill right now.
Siriaco Mundo ball.
Uh-oh.
Fuentes Rodriguez didn't get all of that header.
Diego Perez, the sophomore, was the nearest one to it. I think that he was looking for Perez to kind of come up on it and knock in the one-timer. Didn't just get there. Good clear defensively by Kennedy, and you can really see that defense is coming into play tonight for one of these two teams. And, you know, as much as I mentioned at the beginning of the game about Jefferson's defense, don't get me wrong, folks, they have a great defense. But how about Kennedy's defense? And, you know, I kind of think that translates to other sports than soccer. Kennedy kind of has good defense all around across their school athletic programs.
Jaguar throw. Try to get it to Akum. And do back.
Kennedy
Brant
making
toward the box.
Kennedy making it very difficult by taking away the middle here. You can see they're already collapsing. They already got 4 guys over the middle. You can really see.
Skips past Naigaka. Acevedo. Naigaka lets one go. It'll trickle on to Lonsdale.
Yeah, not before hitting a Kennedy defenseman in the box. Really nice defense in the midfield area at the top of the box by Kennedy, and that's really kind of how they've taken Jefferson's offense away when Jefferson has got it into the attacking zone tonight. Good strategy by both the players and Coach Buschendorf for Kennedy.
Foul on Naigaka there with a dangerous play. Extended that foot high in the air around head level. So free kick Kennedy.
See if Kennedy tries to go back towards the middle. And they do.
Arias return ball. That's on target, but Merrill has it. That was Siriaco Mundo once again. They find a way to get it to 10 and 11 in good spots. At least so far in this game, Kennedy has been able to do that.
Very smart team. They know how to attack the defense, and tonight they're attacking that weak spot continually of the Jefferson defense. It's that area in the middle at the top of the box, at the top of the penalty box. They're going at it. And Kennedy's strategy right now is paying off big with their 1-0 lead, and that defense at the other end has really been a nice luxury for that offense to fall back on.
Fox free kick. Good ball by Fox into the box. Headed out by Kennedy. They were looking for Akum.
Nice pass to the near side by Kennedy, sneaking someone out the back door. Did a really nice job of that so far in the first half, of drawing the defensive attention and then sneaking 1 or 2 guys out past the defense and past traffic, so they're able to get those nice cross-pitch passes from time to time that we have seen tonight, Josh.
Nice interception by Kaiser, and then an even better play. He wins a corner kick against Castaneda Rios. So the Jaguars get their second corner of the first half as we're down to 12 minutes in the half.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Again, you can kind of see what the rest of this evening is going to bring us here at Bloomington Stadium. A lot of great physical, contentious play. And, of course, you know, that's what you
Akum with a
expect.
shot that just hit traffic. Kennedy relieves pressure.
And, again, that defense coming up huge for Kennedy. Good job collapsing in that box to take away a set play. That possible scoring opportunity for Jefferson, and now Kennedy with the chance going the other way here.
On the counter attack over to Arias. He's got a lot of open space. Arias Trying to get an angle for a shot. He'll turn it back. And a nice job by Jefferson to get back quickly. It was Fox who came over.
Nyagaka, too, to help force the ball out of play as well. Good hustle by him for Jefferson. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, they are really going at that spot towards the top of the penalty box, up the middle. Kennedy showing you just how dangerous they are when they get in that spot. That's their go-to for sure. Nice moves. How about that?
Terrific move by Kennedy's Joshua. Correction.
In for your Kennedy Eagles, number 12.
That was number 8, Alex Loiza Garan, I believe.
Alex Loza Gelvin. One of the seniors on the Kennedy roster, midfielder.
Grant for Akum. Good ball. Akum too much on the touch, though. It's back to Lonsdale.
It was a good job by Martinez, though, tracking it down and then feeding it to Lansdale to kick it away. Clear that ball away from that box.
Under 10 minutes left in the half. Jesus Siriaco Mundo, the only goal so far for Kennedy.
Jefferson looking to certainly add some offense and match that goal.
Counter opportunity for the Eagles. Up ahead. Fuentes Rodriguez.
Take a little bit too far. Good clear out of bounds by Jefferson. Now, Josh, it took Jefferson a while to get their offensive unit in scoring position in the last game here at Bloomington Stadium. We'll see if that's the case here with 8:48 to go here.
More good moves from Loiza Galvan in a corner for Kennedy. He's been able to work in small space very nicely, has Galvin.
Some of the many fans moments ago here in attendance tonight.
Ball bouncing around in the box and swiped at, but well off target.
Nice pressure by Jefferson's defense up top. Everyone getting in there to take away that area of the pitch. Jefferson's starting to come around defensively and figure that out. Should make things very interesting moving forward throughout the game.
There a low ball, Perez, that's 17 Arias. Up the left side, Kennedy. Ball in toward the box. Trickling. Played out by the Jaguars. Kennedy keeping the pressure on here in the late stages of the first half. Good win there by Fuentes Rodriguez. Woo! And the shot off the back of one of the Jaguars.
That was a great move into the box.
Fuentes Rodriguez chips it over. A little off target, though, is Jefferson able to get to it first.
I like the idea. You know, and Kennedy's been able to find a lot of open space offensively, at more specifically being able to draw Jefferson's defense to one side of the pitch at times and then able to sneak someone out the back door. And again, a lot of great deception offensively for Kennedy tonight.
He's headed back toward Merrill, but he's got it. So far, Kennedy, I'd say, has had the better of the play in this first half, Alex.
Most certainly, and especially on defense. And also that offense, too, over the middle atop the box.
Jaguar foul there.
Jefferson right now really frustrated, both defensively and offensively, not able to create much of any turnovers and get that transition game going, in which is obvious right now that they desperately need.
Here's the ball toward Leaf Kaiser.
How about that?
Nice dribble there.
Oh.
Naigaka, nifty moves. Shot blocked by Kennedy.
You can see Kennedy taking away that middle area, top of the box. You can see there, just in that half circle alone, they stacked it with 4 players.
Good passing here. Anderson. He'll send it to Adkins. Adkins cross, a Coombe header. Misses wide. Good passing combo there from the Jaguars.
Well, certainly, and much like the last game here at Bloomington Stadium, in which I keep mentioning like a broken record, they are starting to turn it on offensively late here, the Jefferson Jaguars. Aiden Adkins with a really great idea. Set it up in the box.
Returning for the Kennedy Eagles, number 7, Omar Artola.
Omar Artola back in the game for the Kennedy Eagles, returning to the pitch.
Siriaco Mundo sends it out wide. Here come the Eagles again. Left side. There's a twisting shot on target from Loaiza Galvan and a save by Merrill. Loaiza Galvan has had a nice first half for Kennedy.
Most certainly has. Oh, that last shot continues that offensive pressure for Kennedy.
Grant for Jefferson. Naigaka not able to keep it in as we've hit the 4-minute mark remaining. No stoppage time. Castanado Rios.
Kennedy, nice job offensively, being patient, not rushing things too much. And while there's a nice needed transition play by Jefferson as they get it down into the zone.
Anderson had it taken away, though. Here's Arias midfield. He wants to go up the other side at its strip, though.
Good pressure by Kennedy on the edges tonight as well, and especially just previously.
Adkins sends it back to support. Senior Hire. Good run by Hire. Kaiser trying to win that possession for Jefferson as we're under 3 minutes left in the half.
Not a whole lot of backup help there from Jefferson. Jefferson, it seems, is trying to play a little bit more conservative in that backfield area.
Anderson was there for a look, but really couldn't do anything once it was pretty clear that Lonsdale had a beat on it. Got away from him for a second, but then Anderson backing off there, knowing he could have done a lot of damage there if he had tried to pry that one free.
Oh, yeah.
Punched by Lonsdale.
Certainly seemed to be the right play.
Arias challenged by Nagaka.
Ooh.
Foul on Naigaka. Siriaco Mundo with under 2 minutes to play in the half.
Yeah, this added offensive pressure against Jefferson's defense that Kennedy's been putting on right now is going to open the floodgates even more later on if Jefferson doesn't resolve the problem. And again, you can see another shot on goal taken from, again, the middle. And where was that, Josh? Towards the top of the what?
Right to the top of the box. They gave Fuentes Rodriguez a little bit too much room than they should have there, and they were lucky his shot was off target. Here's a pass. Fuentes Rodriguez with the shot and blocked.
Nice move by Fuentes Rodriguez, but also even better defense by Jefferson collapsing in on that shot. So Jefferson needs to do if they're in the box. Good to see the hustle there.
Castaneda Rios. Arias with 40 seconds, time dwindling out, and now Jefferson will get a throw. They'll hustle.
Yeah, they definitely want to put one in the net before intermission, I'll tell you that.
Siriaco Mundo gets past Naigaka. Turn back. Arias, 20 seconds.
See how aggressive Jefferson's defense is going to play here to try and get that turnover.
Chip toward the box. Loaiza Galvan could not quite get his right foot on it. And that will pretty much do it for the first half. Kennedy going to run out of time, but they have the lead after the first 40 minutes on the goal by Jesus Siriaco Mundo about 8 minutes into the first half. Alex, what'd you think of half one of the Battle of Bloomington, my friend?
Very entertaining, Josh, I got to say, although it was all Kennedy in the first half. Now, that goal by Siriaco Mundo was a really nice demonstration of how Kennedy was able to work the middle of the pitch, especially the top of the box, which they've been lethal in this game at, and Jefferson's defense really needs to turn it on. Some good goaltending by Cormac Merrill, though, however, on the Jefferson side of the ball. Although Jefferson really needs to turn on the offense in the Kennedy zone, but it's also been, again, difficult because Kennedy's defense playing very stingy. And, well, we'll see what the second half has to bring, Josh, as we are at intermission. It's going to be very fun to see Jefferson and, you know, how they're ramping up here, especially at the end of the first half. They look like they had some extra energy in them.
Good half for Kennedy, but it just takes that one set piece for the Jaguars to level it here in the second half. We'll take a short break if you're watching us live, about a 10-minute break, and be back for the second half. Battle of Bloomington, Jefferson and Kennedy here at Bloomington Stadium. Back, ready to start the second half. The Battle of Bloomington here at Bloomington Stadium. Easy enough for me to say. Kennedy leading Jefferson 1-0 alongside our crew and alongside Alex Redding. Josh Powers with you. I'm not directly alongside Alex Redding. We're both in separate booths up here in our BEC-TV socially distanced press box here. Alex, we got some highlights of this first half. Let's take a look at them.
Most certainly do as our crew gets those queued up. And how about this play? Cormac Merrill, one of the many saves he would have to make tonight. Another great play by Nyagaka moments ago. And that was the only goal of the game, by the way, scored by Kennedy. And they really attacked that high slot area of the pitch. Jefferson trying to get it going here, but that Kennedy defense just would not give them an inch. And yet,
there's the save and a half right there.
Another great kick by Kennedy's offense, and that's the area that Kennedy's offense would really shine in the first half. Jefferson trying to get their defense going early, but Kennedy's offense, you can see there, creating a lot of chances. And another great save there by Cormac Merrill. And hard play from Carter Lonsdale, too, at the other end of the pitch. Very physical player on the ice for the Kennedy hockey program, and definitely not afraid to take those really big risks as those goaltenders have to take for soccer. And so a whole lot of great action here tonight, Josh, in the Battle of Bloomington on both sides. But, well, as far as the Jefferson offensive unit is concerned, they like to see a little bit more of that in the second half.
40 minutes to rectify the current 1-0 situation in favor of Kennedy. They'll switch sides, as we mentioned. Beautiful night, wind. If it's going at all, it's 1 or 2 miles an hour, and that's it. Not a factor. Jefferson girls really turned things around earlier in the second half, and the Jaguar boys hoping to do that very same thing here as we're underway second half. Battle of Bloomington. These teams will play again, by the way, on October 6th. We'll have both girls and boys games for you on BEC-TV.
A chance for redemption for one of the squads.
And as I mentioned in the girls' game, since that ended in a tie, they'll have another redo. Here is Fuentes Rodriguez. In alone, he scores!
Diego Fuentes Rodriguez mark him down with his 4th goal of the season. And blasting through into the slot right into the box. Rodriguez adding to an already impressive night for Kennedy's offense. So we get another look at this one, Josh, and you can see here on those breakaways, those odd man rushes, just, oh boy, absolutely pantsing the Jefferson defense there. Right out of the gate here into the second half.
Just an unusual and rare defensive breakdown from Jefferson. Just a horrible giveaway, and then another mistake, and it couldn't have been set up on a silver platter better for Fuentes Rodriguez.
Cormac Merrill's like, what the heck, dude?
Yeah,
where were you?
He didn't have much of a chance on that one. So Kennedy takes advantage of the Jaguar mistake in the opening minute of this second half, and now this is a tough hole for the Jaguars to try to climb out of. I mentioned the Jaguars have only scored 2 goals so far. This is game number 4 for them, and they've got to do that here in the next 39 minutes just to come out of here with a tie.
It's easier said than done, isn't it, Josh? Especially against this Kennedy defense, which has been really great, providing that edge pressure that has allowed their offense to shine.
Artola sends it back. Kennedy has really dominated the time of possession. We don't have that official stat. Obviously, we're going off of our eye test. But they've certainly controlled it, in my opinion. And I think you would agree, Alex.
Yeah, I most certainly agree with that one. I don't think it takes rocket science to agree with that. Ooh.
Good ball in. Loaiza Galvan once again. Been 3 guys for Kennedy that have just had outstanding games. Not only these 3, but in particular, Loaiza Galvan, Siriaco Mundo, and of course Fuentes Rodriguez. They have been extremely dangerous for Kennedy all night.
Arias has also gotten himself into some pretty dangerous spots as well. Adkins, nice handoff. He'll get it back here. You know, Jefferson has not really done well trying to get the ball into that box. Although they've had a couple chances to do it, try and make something happen, it's just not there. Now, of course, the other question that comes into play, too, here with this quick goal already had been scored moments ago. As we started the second half here, Josh, is Kennedy going to be more conservative or more aggressive here? And I think that you got to be a little bit more aggressive.
At least maybe for the next 10, 15 minutes, I think you're right, Alex. There's still a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, and it's really easy, you know, hey, I got a 2-goal lead, you know, I got a nice cushion, but can't sit on it as that one sails high. Jefferson lucky that that wasn't a set play or anybody in a primetime opportunity to try and blast it by Cormac Merrill.
Castaneda Ritos with that latest chance.
Ball trickling back over into the attacking zone for Kennedy.
Adkins. Deflected away by the Eagles. Slippery ball. Loiza Galvan once again. More space for Kennedy. Avila has it taken away, or Artola, excuse me.
That was a great position by Artola. Ovidas would have quit the fancy footwork and just tried a nice big old foot blast towards the net. He would have had probably Kennedy's third goal of the night.
Well, and that was set up once again by Fuentes Rodriguez, who just continues to dominate.
Ciriaco Mundo, Fuentes Rodriguez have done both a great job of setting up plays and being able to score, as we've already seen in this game. They have the game's only 2 goals.
Lonsdale up to secure that one before Leif Kaiser could get to it.
And Cormac Merrill doing the same thing at the other end of the pitch, going out way into the box to grab it. Couple of nice headers there.
Heyer sent that one high into the air, but it's taken by Ciriaco Mundo. This ball twisting a little too far. Or we thought it was too far, but here comes Loiza Galvan. Had it stripped by Heyer.
Wasn't clear if he thought that he had a teammate next to him and a miscommunication, or whether or not he just lost control of that ball. And it's kicked out of play.
Rodriguez well wide.
Kennedy's done a lot of great passing here in the second half. Now, I know this is a very young second half, Josh, but that passing led to that quick second goal of this game. And, of course, the breakaway that went the distance and for the score.
Arias gets the return pass off, and a foul here on Jefferson. And they'll have to pack it in. This is an excellent set piece opportunity for Kennedy to really almost put this one away at this point. Ciriaco Mundo to take it for the Eagles. He'll try straight on, and Merrill has to dive right past the post to pick it up.
Good heads-up play by Cormac Merrill to grab it. Even if it looked like it was going to go a little bit wide, you still got to play those kicks and track them down, even if they aren't going to quite make it in.
Kennedy doesn't have a lot of height, so Probably better served on set pieces like that to go for the direct shot. Here's Anderson.
Or up the middle, which we saw in the first half, Josh, right at the top of the box, got Kennedy's first goal, and Siriaco Mundo put the Eagles on the board and the first team to score from the top of the box in this game. And then, of course, the breakaway goal to open up the second half by Fuentes Rodriguez. And again, that's a smart strategy by Kennedy, by the way, to use that top of the box area and to take those long-range shots. And also, most definitely, passing has been a big friend of them in this game. As you can see right there, a couple of quick passes, just touch and go. Ooh!
Artola.
Blew a tire a little bit there, as did Artola.
Overran that one. Kaiser touch over to Adkins. Jefferson throw.
Nice play by Adkins there on the last defensive stretch for Jefferson, providing some nice pressure.
Blasted ahead. Sent across by Diego Perez over towards Arias. Kennedy throw.
And again, another critical inbound throw coming inside the attacking zone for the Kennedy Eagles. So Kennedy, in essence, they've had a short pitch to work with for most of the night.
And that's the way you want to, if you're Kennedy, you already have the lead. This is how you would want that first 10 minutes to go of the second half. Obviously, you've added the goal, but you've also controlled the play.
And Kennedy's done a really good job of not sitting on this lead and going after more chances.
There's one from outside of the box, twisting well wide.
Nice move on Artola moments ago. Uh-oh.
Given away. Dangerous chance. It'll be a corner.
Nice looking
Loiza
kick
Galvan.
from Diego Perez. Just a little bit off target there, Josh.
Yeah, excuse me, Diego Perez. Tough to distinguish that 9 and that 8 from that jersey, and clearly off of Jefferson there. Kennedy will take their time on these set pieces.
There is Siriaco Mundo, number 10 for Kennedy.
He started off the Eagles scoring with that goal in the first 8 minutes of the first half.
And their offense has been on quite a power trip tonight.
Headed out to the edge of the box. Track down Rodriguez. And more time spent in the Jefferson end, already with a 2-goal lead for Kennedy.
Now the concern for Jefferson is making sure that your guys are rested well enough, especially considering how long that they've been back in the defending zone for this second half and even pretty much the first half as well.
Goal kick, Merrill, he's a senior.
Little low line drive on this one, and again, well intercepted by Kennedy.
It's Diego Perez, nice move, Perez.
Good corner pressure by Jefferson. Aiden Adkins with some good pressure there by Jefferson moments ago.
Artola ball across, they let it bounce, and it's kicked in by Fuentes Rodriguez.
Second goal of the game.
Second of the half, and Jefferson, another mistake in the box, letting that one bounce and allowing Fuentes Rodriguez to find the back of the net again. Goal number 5 of the season.
Take a look at this here. Jefferson's.
And just a mistimed header there, and it's all over, and Merrill had no chance again.
Hit the deck on that last kick. You could also tell on that last defensive series for Jefferson that they were trying to trap Kennedy into that near side corner. Didn't quite work out too well. And again, Kennedy's been doing a really good job throughout this game, Josh, of sneaking somebody out the back door, and that time it happened to be Fuentes Rodriguez right in that box.
Well, he's putting an early hat in the ring for Player of the Year. 5 goals. This is game number 4 for Kennedy.
Well, we'll see if we can get the hat trick from him tonight.
And almost an insurmountable hole now for Jefferson at 3-0.
Yeah, that offensive unit hasn't done a whole lot to help bail out the defense. And Jefferson, for most of the night, again, as I've mentioned, they've been on their back foot quite a bit.
Go out for, I believe, a throw.
And Jonathan Hernandez with possession of the ball last.
Only a junior, Diego Fuentes Rodriguez. What a start to his junior year. It's a weird year, but things like his start to the season certainly help. You feel maybe a little bit more normal.
Woo!
Kennedy at it again.
Look at that hustle.
Higher.
Look at that hustle by Jacob Heyer. Number 17 in Columbia blue and white to get down there and take away another possible fast break opportunity for Kennedy.
Oh, another terrific touch by the Eagles. Perez that time.
And Heyer, another great play to get it out of the box.
He's been a busy man back there.
He most certainly has. Cormac Merrill, too. Nice assistance.
Siriaco Mundo ball.
Jefferson, good job trying to work it out here. Kennedy doing a nice job of putting it back in, though.
Cross, took it again, and it's a hat trick for Diego Fuentes Rodriguez.
Make it rain. Make it rain. Unbelievable offensive juggernaut here in the second half, Josh, and we get the hat trick from Diego Fuentes Rodriguez. And another goal from the box. That's the second consecutive one by him, might I mention.
His third goal and the fourth for the Kennedy Eagles.
Sixth of the
Diego
season
Fuentes
for
Rodriguez.
Diego Fuentes Rodriguez. This might have been the easiest of the 6 in terms of the finish. I mean, what a beautiful ball across.
What a feed, as you mentioned. What a pass. And that's one of Kennedy's primetime specialties, being able to do very well with those scoring passes. And that insurmountable hole that you mentioned earlier, Josh, is just getting deeper for Jefferson. 4-0. Good gracious.
Did not see this type of result happening. It's a Jaguar team that you saw play great defense against a very good team in Chanhassen. A team, by the way, Chanhassen 2-1-1, only behind Chaska in terms of points in the Metro West. Kennedy's been able to crack that code, and they're at it again. Guess who? Fuentes Rodriguez.
Oh, dear.
Share with his teammate that time, Siriaco Mundo. His ball.
Woo! Look out.
Try again, Siriaco Mundo. Terrific save, Merrill. Or else it's 5-0.
Jefferson fans lucky there, but play still goes on.
Perez in the box, finally taken away, blasted but not out of trouble. Eliza Galvan shot again by Siriaco Mundo. Didn't get all of that one, though.
Perez a little bit shaken up moments ago on that collision towards the near side, away from that net in the box.
This would have been 3 goals in just over 3 minutes had it not been for that sprawling save by Merrill.
Well, he's had plenty of those tonight, including that last one. Kennedy's also really done a nice job of having one player near the ball handler at all times. And great backup play, and also that good positioning too has come into to a positive frame of mind for Kennedy.
Kennedy's in such control right now because Gonzalez Rodriguez sends it up for Artola. Artola ball, one touch, Perez. Good steal there. Winning that one is Leaf Kaiser. Clear Kennedy foul. Almost aggressive enough to draw a card, but not quite.
And we are almost to the midway point here in the second half, Josh.
What a half it's been for Kennedy. 3 already tallied in this half.
Unanswered.
A hat trick by Diego Fuentes Rodriguez. All Kennedy right now in the Battle of Bloomington as the Jaguars send one into the box. Headed toward the net. Not enough steam on it, though. I think there was a foul anyway on Jefferson.
And again, that last attempt towards the net by Jefferson. Again, that ball contact coming into play. One of the things that Jefferson's had to work on throughout this young season, and also in practices as well, making sure that the contact is good. They had a little bit of trouble with that against Chanhassen about a week ago. And tonight it seems that that problem continues to persist offensively. And, well, you know, we don't like to see a team continue to struggle, and especially with a team like Jefferson. They have a really good group of players, and certainly hope they improve on that. We're going to get some subs here for Kennedy.
A lot of subs. I think hard to count them all. I think 7 new guys come in, and the Kennedy fans doing a nice. Most of the fans doing a nice job of this social distancing as much as possible in the stands. And a well-deserved round of applause for many of the Kennedy starters who will likely not need to come back in the rest of this game.
Well, think about what this does for the Kennedy Eagles depth chart as well. Now they're able to get a lot of new players worked into this varsity atmosphere, and that's going to come so crucial down the road, Josh, as we close out the season. Now, it seems like it's far away, but believe me, folks, this season is going to be over and done with before we know it, unfortunately. As much as we'd like the season to continue on for a while, they are going to reach that point.
Yeah, it's just an 11-game regular season.
And again, shortened because of the coronavirus and the new rule changes surrounding the pandemic. And, you know, Kennedy was able to do a lot of good things last year in the playoffs, especially with the depth that they had. And, boy, would they like to keep that depth strong. And they're going to need it, too, especially with competing against really tough teams like St. Louis Park. They're definitely in contention to try and take the Metro West title this year. Chaska's challenging that big time. And they are currently in the lead as far as the standings go. Chanhassen as well. We saw them last week here at Bloomington Stadium against Jefferson, of course.
You've got the Metro Top 10 as well, Alex, if you want to run that down for us here.
Chaska leads the Metro West in conference play. Kennedy trying to turn it on offensively, and Merrill chases it down. We will get another kick here for Jefferson, sending it away. But Chaska leads with a 4-0-0 conference record. They are 4-0-0 overall. Chanhassen 2-1-1. And then you have Benilde St. Margaret at 2-0-0. St. Louis Park at 2-1-0. And then you have Kennedy at 0-2-1, looking to advance to 1-2-1 after tonight's match. Jefferson 0-3-0. And after tonight, they're probably going to be still searching for their first win of the year. And they are currently tied, Jefferson is, with Robbinsdale Cooper, which is also winless on the year as well. Also tieless as well.
Yeah, there will be more ties this year because of the no overtime change. Ball squirting back into the Jaguar end for a Kennedy throw. Or correction, Jefferson throw. Our next soccer broadcast will be Tuesday, and a tough opponent for Kennedy as Chaska comes again. They already played Chaska at Kennedy, losing 3-2.
That was a tough game for Kennedy to drop, but give Kennedy credit though. Chaska's been pretty dominant against their schedule so far throughout this very young season. So we'll see if Kennedy's able to even the series this year at one game apiece, or we will end in a tie.
Siriaco Mundo deposits that one all the way down. So we're under the 20-minute mark remaining in a excellent performance so far by Kennedy. They've removed many of their starters here, up by 4.
Including Carter Lonsdale, their starting goaltender. And again, a lot more experience is going to be built tonight.
That was number 6. The last name's going to be familiar, Angel Fuentes Rodriguez. He's only a freshman, and I would assume the younger brother of Diego, who has a hat trick tonight for Kennedy.
And the ball going out of play once again. As the clock continues to go tick, 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 Josh. And Jefferson.
It up ahead. Here's Angel Fuentes Rodriguez. Look at this ball. Great defense, though, by Grant to get back.
And Jefferson's defense able to clear it out and allow the rest of the team to get back down there defensively. Get more bodies around that penalty box. Ooh.
Twisting ball in and
right in the noggin it appeared.
went off the face of one of the Jaguars. Thomas Robar getting the business end of that deflection, unfortunately, but it looks like he's fine.
Just a scratch. Probably not even a scratch.
$16-10 remaining now, second half.
Key for Jefferson is they have to keep the ball in bounds. Except when they absolutely need to clear it away out of that box. Nice moves.
Jaime Reyes shot blocked. Angel Fuentes Rodriguez. You can
And Jefferson
tell,
again forced to clear it out.
You can tell the younger of the Fuentes Rodriguez boys is going to be a player as well, number 6.
Wouldn't be surprised if he gets more varsity playing minutes this year. Would not be surprised.
Siriaco Mundo ball a little bit too far on the cross. And he's only a freshman, only game number 4, and hasn't even set foot in Kennedy High School as a student yet. Plenty of time to ease him along in the growth. How would you do in a distance learning environment, Alex, if the pandemic was 4 or 5 years ago while you were still in high school?
Oh my goodness, I couldn't even imagine it. I'm the person that really loves going to class in person. And I don't know, I don't think I could survive it, Josh. I'm sorry, I'm not that kind. I am not that kind.
I have a hard enough time now working from home and being productive, and I'm twice as old, more than that, than when I was in high school. I couldn't imagine myself at that age trying to focus enough and be disciplined enough to do that distance learning model with all the distractions at at home that you can have during the day.
It's an excellent point, Josh, to make, too.
It was a chore just getting my third grade daughter on her Zoom meeting by 9:30 this morning.
I know. And all these Zoom meetings has created a pandemic in and itself. Zoom virus.
See if Jefferson can get some momentum, at least headed toward next game here. I'd like to be a little bit more dangerous against many of the Kennedy reserves right now.
And, you know, speaking of these reserves, Josh, they actually haven't been too bad. They've actually been really, really good.
They have been. That's not a reserve.
Uh-oh.
Diego Munoz up ahead. This is a great chance. Another Kennedy goal. It's 5-0. And the first career goal for Alberto Rodrigo de Leon, number 20, a junior.
Special moment for him. He's probably all excited, and so he should be. And a great play by him. Great hustle to get down there for the breakaway goal. And another breakaway goal, Josh. That's the second one we've seen here tonight.
It was this ball by Diego Munoz to set everything up. Or, excuse me, Siriaco Mundo that set up the goal by De Leon. But you still got to make that finish, and De Leon did.
He did. Nice contact on the ball, as these Eagles have had great contact on the ball all night, obviously, as the score reads 5-0. Of course, you have to have great contact for that, of course. Well, I think this game is going to send a message, too, to all the other top contenders, especially Chaska, who Kennedy has to face next in the Metro West.
It's going to be a key game for Kennedy. If they can win that one, they've got Cooper coming up. And so that would give them a lot of upward momentum in the standings. It'd be a critical one. Again, we'll have it for you on Tuesday.
That
Kennedy
game against
and Chaska.
Cooper, very winnable for the Kennedy Eagles as well, especially considering how they played tonight, of course.
Kennedy on the move again. This time Jefferson's defense able to recover.
Something that they have not been on the right side of tonight, of course.
Bautista has it stolen by Aiden Eischaug, number 5, a senior midi. Blasted ahead, De Leon again. This time out to play it.
He was looking for another one, but Cormac Merrill says nope.
Well, the other one was, no, Merrill could not have come out on that. It was too far, that one, and he made the right decision.
Nice header there.
Siriaco Mundo. Reyes.
Nice cross pass moments ago. You know, Kennedy's done really good with those cross passes tonight. Another big sky kick.
Siriaco Mundo again. Good ball up ahead. Toward the box, but nobody home for Kennedy. Just over 10 minutes left in this Kennedy Eagle Battle of Bloomington win. A very impressive performance by Kennedy.
Yeah, win, even though that there's just over 10 minutes to go here in the second half. But, I mean, Kennedy's just played so dominantly. I mean, I think it is fair to say that this game is Kennedy's all said and done.
Free kick here for Jefferson, a chance to get one on the board.
And for Jefferson fans, finally, an opportunity has arisen.
Kennedy sets up the mini wall. And it hits right off the wall.
Ooh, good persistence.
That was close to an Eagle counterattack right there, but Jefferson avoids that. They do take a foul here, though.
Also, another thing I want to mention here, Josh, is these reserves have not just been playing good, they've been playing great, and they've been playing under control and very relaxed. So we get another look at that last foul.
Nate Vidovnik, a little slow to get up, but he looks to be fine. Siriaco Mundo. With a goal and an assist tonight. Here's Getters.
And great work in the midfield by Kennedy, creating another transition opportunity.
Cross toward the box, hits off at the chest of De Leon.
De Leon's been pretty involved so far here in the second half for Kennedy.
Blasted by De Leon, but it's blocked. Sent ahead by Jefferson, but Kennedy keeping plenty of numbers back on the back end.
Kennedy definitely not wanting to accelerate the pace of play any more than it already is. And I know, as you've mentioned earlier, Josh, they've controlled the pace of play and the time of possession throughout
really
this
from
game,
the beginning.
pretty much, yeah.
Really from the beginning. It's been pretty much all Kennedy, and you don't usually say that about either team, Jefferson or Kennedy, in a battle of Bloomington.
Yeah, a whole lot of great patience by Kennedy. Can't keep saying it enough. And especially in a rivalry game, Josh, in which that's actually quite hard to do if you think about it.
Yeah, and I think once Jefferson let that second goal in on that giveaway to start the second half, their energy really was zapped from them.
Yeah, Jefferson has had some defensive bright spots in this game, some really good saves by Cormac Merrill, but just not enough of them to keep Kennedy off the board, of course. With that 5-0 deficit they have for themselves to try and work with now. Then again, too, for Jefferson.
Here's another chance for De Leon. Still loose. Finally punched out. And I think it's just a Jaguar team right now. Once they got down two, they've struggled so much offensively. It's almost as if they were crushed by that second goal. They've only scored 2 goals this year. They haven't had a lot of chances in this game. Need to find that offensive identity, what's going to work for them going forward.
It's been pretty hard against how Kennedy stacked the box. Jefferson able to get it out of the box. Kennedy continues that offensive pressure, and Kennedy's been able to take away the top of the box over the middle, that midfield area for Jefferson's offense, and, you know, that's where a lot of great setups can happen. Kennedy knew that, and they took it away from the get-go in this game, and they really just took that and ran with that momentum. And including the score, they ran with that one, too. Some really nice ball contact as well.
Jefferson throw with just over 5 minutes remaining. It was 1-0 Jefferson at half, or excuse me, 1-0 Kennedy at half. Now it's been all Kennedy second half, including a hat trick by Diego Fuentes Rodriguez. Goal and an assist for Jesus Siriaco Mundo, and Kennedy. You wonder if there's going to be more nights like this for this very talented Kennedy team. You look at Fuentes Rodriguez, only a junior, but plenty of experience. Seniors like Castaneda Rios and Siriaco Mundo and others. Here's the younger Fuentes Rodriguez out for a Kennedy throw.
The other Fuentes Rodriguez, only a freshman. And again, like his older brother, he is a forward too. So now Cormac Merrill sends it sky high. So Jefferson trying to get some transition game going here. And tracked down by number 16 for Kennedy, that's Zach Beisel. And going out of play, Jefferson will get the throw in. And kept in bounds.
Again, Kennedy's been playing with mostly subs for the last 20 minutes of this game, too.
Adkins looking to set something up here and lost the footing on that one there just moments ago. Sent ahead to De Leon.
De Leon lets that one go through for Angel Fuentes Rodriguez. Jefferson keeps it away from the diminutive freshman. He's going to grow a little bit.
Oh, he is, definitely. Also with that skill, too. And we've seen some skill from him. We saw flashes of that so far in the second half as well. Same with De Leon as well.
Siriaco Mundo! Nope, didn't get all of it.
Not quite enough juice as that grounder easily picked up by Cormac Merrill. Lucky that one didn't get air, Josh, because we know exactly when Siriaco Mundo, the older, has gotten air in this game off his kicks. It's gone in for a hat trick.
Here he goes again, Siriaco Mundo.
Nice moves and
Corner
nice
for Kennedy.
defense.
I think that's Enrique Garcia Ramirez, number 18.
And it is Enrique Garcia Ramirez, the junior midfielder for Kennedy. Also well defended on the play by Jonathan Audette, one of the senior defensemen for Jefferson. Number 20 in Columbia blue and white.
Ball in, bouncing around. Vadovnik lets it go.
Good defensive pressure by Connor Wigglesworth, the sophomore defenseman in for Jefferson. The great defensive shot block in that box out front.
Kennedy continuing just to control this game as we're now under 2 minutes. Another corner.
On a great win for Kennedy tonight, Josh.
Vadovnik to take this one. Ramirez has that one taken away.
Nice move. Woo! Sweet feet by Enrique Garcia Ramirez moments ago on that near side towards the touchline. And cleared by Jefferson's defense, or almost until Nyagaka got to it.
Nyagaka up ahead trying to springboard Zach Retoff. Kennedy again takes it away.
Good header there by Jefferson's number 5, Aiden Isog. Gonna get another quick foul here.
Final last gasp chance for Jefferson. They can hurry quick enough with 15 seconds.
9, 8,
Toward the box.
7, 6,
Chipped
5,
wide of the net, and a dominating battle of Bloomington for Kennedy. 4 second half goals, a hat trick by Diego Fuentes Rodriguez, and a 5-0 victory here tonight.
Very impressive, and it's not just the stars that came out here big in this game. It was also those relievers, Josh, that depth coming into play to close out this game. The younger guys did a great job. They were so patient, very good. And how about that 5th goal of the game by Alberto Rodrigo de Leon, number 20 for Kennedy, getting his first career goal on the varsity squad as a Kennedy Eagle. Very special moment and game for him tonight. Congratulations, buddy. And just overall great teamwork. And, you know, really for Kennedy, it was that middle area of the pitch at the top of the box. They dominated both offensively and defensively, and that pretty much sealed the deal for the Kennedy Eagles.
Second half highlights, a half to remember for Kennedy with 4 tallies. Avert your eyes if you're a Jaguar fan. Fuentes Rodriguez, the hat trick. There's goal number 1 for him. Here's goal number 2.
And that one right there, one of the flashiest goals of the game.
And he wasn't done. How about 3 in a row?
Nice misdirection on the kick to get it in. Nice feed there and the assist and a great kick, and that would be guess who's third of the game. Fuentes Rodriguez, big night with that hat trick.
Kennedy not done. De Leon gets in on the act right here, Alex.
First career goal for De Leon on the varsity squad, and bam!
You're that wide open, you don't want to miss that shot. And he almost let Merrill get to that ball, but he flicked it past him just in time. Or else he would have been the recipient of some ribbing tomorrow from the team. But
well, most certainly.
What a half for Kennedy, and a strong performance really all game. 5-0. Final thoughts from you, Alex.
Kennedy played probably and you know what? This is their best game of the year by far on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, I think that this is one of the best too. Very, very well contested game that they had last time against Chaska, but this game, I mean, you got to be happy with a 5-0 shutout. I mean, if you're not happy with it, then you're out of your mind. I mean, this is pretty much self-explanatory. That score and the atmosphere tonight was good. Kennedy definitely was in control. That time of possession really killed Jefferson, too, on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball, because Jefferson's defense couldn't create any transition plays to get themselves back on their front foot on offense.
Well, we'll hope we have as good of weather, or at least close to as good of weather, on Tuesday as we did tonight. A perfect night for soccer. The girls, a 1-1 draw earlier, and a dominating performance by the boys, 5-0. Our next broadcast, boys and girls Kennedy soccer against Chaska on Tuesday. Tune in live, 5 o'clock for the girls, 7:15 for the boys. Enjoyed being back in the booth with you, Alex.
Same, Josh. It's always a pleasure.
All right. For our entire crew and for Alex Redding, I'm Josh Powers. Kennedy wins at 5-0 in the Battle of Bloomington. Good night from Bloomington Stadium.